Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulfur Blade, and I don't want to sound like a defeatist, but I'm starting to feel like a defeatist. Our relatively strong lead in the state of Michigan is crumbling before our eyes at 90% reporting in. Trump is barely, and I mean barely, hanging on to a lead in Michigan. As far as Nevada goes, why did that just do that? Am I not recording? I am still recording. Okay. As far as Nevada goes, the remaining votes, from what I understand, are votes that were received on election day via mail-in ballots, and so those are votes that are under question as to whether or not they count or not, as there is some what's the word I'm looking for? There's some controversy on whether or not the votes needed to arrive before election day or on election day as far as those absentee ballots are concerned. Now, the fact that they are absentee ballots in a state that is, well, historically a blue state of Nevada, the odds are that they're not going to go in Trump's favor anyway. So whether they're counted or not, Joe Biden is currently has a narrow lead, but he is in the lead. So if you count them, it could just inflame Joe Biden's lead. Either way, it looks like Nevada is probably going to be Biden's. With that being said, with Wisconsin pretty much falling at the last minute to Biden, that puts Biden, Michigan away from winning the election. So Trump has to win Michigan to keep Joe from winning. And what do I mean by that? So I'll show you. Right here is pretty much currently where we are at. We're at 264, 254, with Pennsylvania being a toss-up, Michigan leaning towards Trump, Wisconsin leaning towards Biden, Nevada, Arizona leaning towards Biden. We're assuming Georgia, North Carolina, Alaska are going to go for Trump, as it's, it more than likely looks like that's going to be the case. Just like Arizona looks like it's going to go for Biden, and Nevada indeed looks like it's going to go for Biden. Wisconsin at this point kind of looks like it's going to go for Biden. So, but Michigan might still barely hang on to be Trump. If that's the case, if Trump does hold on to Michigan, that means the country is in limbo, waiting for Pennsylvania to pull its head out of its ass. And so whoever wins Pennsylvania will win the election. However, if Biden were to get Pennsylvania, or not Pennsylvania, but Michigan, that would put him at 270, and he would win. Had Trump have swept Nebraska instead of losing this one district in Nebraska, that would have put Biden at 269, and if Trump then could have held on to Pennsylvania, it would have been a tie. However, I think the tiebreaker for a tie is popular vote, and so Trump would lose anyway. So no matter how you cut it, at this point in time, things have really kind of actually gone bad for Trump. While it was looking at the outset, at the end of the day, like Trump had the most avenues to victory, at this moment in time, it's looking like Trump's only path to victory anymore is to hold on to Michigan, and then to win the Battle of Pennsylvania. If he doesn't hold on to Michigan, it's game over. And that's where we're at. Now, there is one very minor silver lining to this story. If Trump does lose Michigan and Joe Biden is our next president, the minor silver lining that we have to look forward to is the fact that our senators, for the most part, with the exception of McSally in Arizona, managed to hold on to their seats. In fact, I believe we gained a seat in Michigan. So we lost one and we gained one, which means that the Senate has basically held its majority. What does that mean? That means that the Senate will be able to block any earth-breaking changes that the Dems were trying to do had they won the presidency this cycle. Meaning they were planning to stack the courts, they were planning to make more states, they were planning to do all of these crazy changes to basically shift the power structure of the country in their favor. The Senate will thankfully be able to counteract that at the very least if Trump doesn't hold on to Michigan at this point. So that's where we really look like we're at. Michigan has tightened. Really scarily tight. In fact, I will refresh the page just in case anything has happened since the last time I looked. So we're at 90% reporting in, and Trump is ahead by a whole 13,000 votes, which isn't a lot, especially with, I believe, Wayne County. Where is we'll go to New York Times. We'll open up by, not by absentee ballots, but by, no, those are candidates. Why do I always do this every time? Here's results by county. So where is Wayne? Wayne, right here, has only 64% of the vote in, according to this, and that's not actually that's bad. So Wayne is Detroit. Detroit is the most populous city center in Michigan, which means, there's still approximately 36% of Detroit to go, which could easily swing that remaining narrow lead that Trump has in Michigan, away from Trump. And if that happens, Trump loses the election. Pretty cut and dry. It doesn't matter what happens in Pennsylvania, because Biden will be at 270 at that point, and Pennsylvania will only be, icing on the cake for him at that point. So the Wisconsin last minute shift, and now the last minute gains here in Michigan are proving to be rather disheartening if you're conservative at this point. But then again, I guess we have the small silver lining that the Senate will still be able to block major changes made by Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi. The reason I don't say Joe Biden is because we all know that Joe Biden is going to be president for all of 3 to 4 to maybe 6 months at most before Kamala takes over the reins, because we know that he's not actually fit for the job. He's going to end up being removed before his first term's done. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfur Blade. This is my rather depressing news. Not I kind of feel like a defeatist at this point. But I think it's going to be rather hard to hold on to Michigan going forward, especially with the unexpected major shift in Wisconsin happening to kind of deflate my sales at this point. It's not looking good. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfur Blade. This is my content. Hopefully you're usually enjoying it. If so, please leave a like and subscribe. And until the next time, all, peace.